Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chanhassen High School. I'm Owen Slindy on the call for tonight's girls basketball game. It's their home opener, and they host the Buffalo Bison tonight. Coming into the game, the Storm are 2-1, coming off a tough loss to the number 7 team in the state, the Wayzata Trojans. That was on Tuesday night. They came back in the second half and only lost by 1. They opened up their 2 wins on the road, one in St. Francis and one at the Breakdown Classic at Hopkins High School. They played Lakeville South. Coming into the game, the Storm are only holding teams to 37 points a game. I think the direction Kayla Walsh is wanting them to go in is the defensive route, trying to make defense then to create offense. Callan Hake leads all scorers and averaging. She averages 18.5 a game. Behind that is Maddie Hicks, averaging 13. Congratulations to Maddie Hicks. She'll be continuing her academic and athletic next year at NDSU playing golf. Congrats, Maddie. And the top scorers for the Buffalo Bison, they're 2-2. 0-1 on the road, 2-1 at home. And their top scorer is Macy Guida with 11.2. And we'll be right back for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere.
From the Lake Conference, please welcome the Buffalo High School Lady Bison. And from the Metro West Conference, your Chanhassen Storm. Tonight's game is being played under the rules and policies of the Minnesota State High School League. Remember, pride, respect, fair play governs what happens in competition. The same 3 qualities should govern our behavior as fans. At Chanhassen High School, good sportsmanship is our standard. Let's continue the tradition of excellence. Thank you and enjoy tonight's game. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest with us tonight. Ella is a senior at Chanhassen High School. She's a member of the Metro West All-Conference Choir, and she is the lead female role in this year's record-breaking show, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Please welcome Ella Showborough. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you stand as you are able. Gentlemen, remove your caps facing the flag as we honor America. Let us also be mindful of those men and women around the globe who currently stand watch in defense of our liberty and freedom. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and
Schoberl. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game, beginning with the Lady Bison from Buffalo High School. Starting, senior, number 2, Brooke Gunderson. Senior number 12 is Lindsay Hartman. Senior number 20, Rachel Noel. Senior number 22, Macy Gaida. And senior number 52, Nora Burke. The Bison are coached by head coach Barb Metcalf, assisted by Greg Amundsen and Cole Johnson. Your Lady Bison, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, have your attention, please. The Office of the National Weather Service in Chanhassen just issued this emergency severe weather alert. Doppler radar indicates a storm of massive intensity approaching from the west. We've been advised that all fans are to seek shelter immediately, with the storm arriving in a matter of just a few seconds. Here comes the storm. Starting at guard, sophomore number 1, Lauren Arnold. Senior number 4, Maddie Hicks. Senior number 12, Elena Giles. Senior number 14, Callan Hake. And senior number 40, Macy Sweetser. Head coach Kayla Walsh, assisted by Hayden Hughes and Matt Arnold. The officials for tonight's game, Leah Johnson, Lacey Madsen, and Ann Nearing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play basketball.
Welcome back, everybody, to Chanhassen High School. The starters for the Storm are Callan Hake, Maddie Hicks, Lauren Arnold, Elena Giles, and Macy Sweetser. Storm going with 3 guards, a post, and a forward tonight.
Would Brett Broderick please
And it is parent night here at Chanhassen High School. Parents play a huge role in the players' careers here through youth and through high school. Storm win the tip. It's Arnold now. She passes it off to Hicks. Hicks gets a screen by Sweetser. Dumps it down to Sweetser. Layup. Off the rim, no good. Rebound by Elena Giles. Arnold goes up with it. Floater, no good. Defensive rebound by the Buffalo Sabres, or Buffalo Bison. Gunderson now has it. The 3 ball rattles in and out. Defensive board by Maddie Hicks. And the layup good by Macy Sweetser. The drive here by Gunderson, and it goes, and we're tied at 2. Callan Hake signed her national letter of intent also to play women's basketball at Nebraska next fall. Hake driving, no good, gets her own miss, pulls up from 3 off the back iron, and tipped out of bounds by Arnold, and it will be Buffalo ball. Hake's season high is 22, and that came at St. Francis, I believe. Gunderson has it. She drives. It gets poked out. 3 ball. No good. Defensive rebound by Lauren Arnold, and it gets tipped off of her. And so it'll stay at this end of the court. Gunderson has it. Good defensive there by Macy Sweetster, really getting in the way of Nora Burke. Hicks, corner three. No good. Sweetster back out to Hake. Hake drives. Kicks it out to Sweetster for three. And it good! That's 5 points on the night for Macy Sweetster already. 1 for 1 for three.
Sweetster for 2.
Never mind, that was a long two. Didn't see that her foot was on the line from up here. Down low in the post is Gunderson. She swings it out to Guida. And it's rebounded by Sweetster. Hicks now gets it to Giles. Giles driving. Cross-court pass to Hicks. 3-ball. And it's good! Good court vision there by Alana Giles. Noble now driving, and she gets called for the travel. It's a turnover on the Bison. Your Storm boys are playing at Edina. A tough contest there. We'll have updates throughout the game. Our good friend Eric Krauscher is there covering the game. Hake fakes the three. Hands it off to Sweetster. Sweetster to Arnold. Arnold makes a move behind the back. Needs to get rid of it. So she gets it to Hicks. Hicks finds Sweetster in the corner. And that'll be just off the mark. Defensive rebound by Noble. Burke now. Up top to Guida. And good defensive effort again there by Macy Sweetster.
Now in the game for the first time for the Lady Bison, number 24 is Briley Guida, replacing Rachel Noble.
Briley Guida is now in, replacing Noble. So there's two Guidas on the team. Thought about the 3-ball. Elects not to take it. And throws it away, I believe, is Macy Guida. Hake here. Makes a spin move, drives. And Hake misses. And it's off on Arnold. Hake still trying to get her first bucket of her senior year on her home court. Hake close to 1,700 points. She could easily get to that 2,000 mark this year. Hopefully it's a home game so she can celebrate with all her fans. And Hake gets called for the blocking foul. And I believe that's Briley Guida. Buffalo, 2-2. They sit at the bottom of the Lake Conference. However, Lake Conference is very tough, as it usually is for girls hoops. EP, Hopkins, and Tonka are all tied for first with a 5-0 record. Hake dumps it off for Arnold. Finds Hicks in the corner for three. Good! Hicks now 2 for 2 for the night from deep. Then Edina and Wayzata at 4-0 and 3-0 respectively. STMA at 5-1 and Buffalo at 2-2. Your Storm are right in the mix of the Metro West. They're sitting at 4th, but no team has played a conference game except for Chaska and Waconia. Chaska beat Waconia I think that was earlier this week. And as Gunderson makes her first free throw. Linder checking in for the first time for Macy Sweetster. And Gunderson goes 2 for 2 from the line. Giles running point. She drives. Layup blocked, no good, and she will take a trip to the line for the first time tonight. Storm are led by head coach Kayla Walsh. This is her second year here. Kayla was the assistant coach 2 years ago here. First one good by Giles. Off the back of the iron. And a defensive rebound by Macy Gaida. Good defensive play there by Lauren Arnold as she's trying to move it in transition. Arnold has it at the top of the key. She drives. Layup. And she gets hit hard. And so she'll go to the line for two. The last time these two met was last year. Chan won 71-64. Callan Hake had 19. Lauren Arnold had 15. And Hicks also had 15. Fedema had 15. And Hartman had 10. Hartman did start. It's been quiet so far. We're taking a minute break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to Chanhassen High School. Lauren Arnold set to take her first free throws of the night. First one's good. Arnold averaging 12.5 a game through her 2 games. Had 13 on Tuesday. And she goes 2 for 2 from the line. Here's Hartman. She gets it to Briley Guida. 3 ball by Burke. Rattles in and out, no good. And it's ripped out of the hands of Arnold by Hartman. Good closeout D there by the Storm. Hartman goes up without any control. Here, Lauren Soibert, she goes up and it's good.
Basket by number 24, Lauren Soibert.
Lauren's in for Callan Hake right now. And Hicks gets the takeaway. Arnold driving. She goes up off the glass a little too strong and ripped out of there by Hartman. Gunderson now. Bison are swinging it around the arc. Good defense there by Linder. Rebounded on the missed shot by Giles. She pushes it up to Lauren Soibert, who dumps it off to Hicks. Fakes the 3 ball. Giles jumper, good.
And Giles for 2.
Storm up 13 quickly in this contest. If you remember from last Friday, when the Storm boys hosted Holy Family, I think there were a total of 6 points scored in the first 6 minutes. It was a very slow game. Storm ended up winning, however. And they're trying to go 2 for 2-0. Soibert's 3 ball just short. Hicks pulls up from 3. Good! 3 for 3 on the night from Maddie Hicks, pushing it out to a 16-point lead. Good steal there by Lauren Arnold. And she gets hit hard by Gunderson, moving through transition. So a foul will be called. It'll just be an inbounds. Checking in for the Storm, Hake and Sweetster for Arnold and Linder. Haley Posh checks in for Lindsay Hartman. Here's Hake. She drives. Kicks it out to Giles. Storm have all seniors in this lineup right now. Hake, good find there by Hicks, and Hake gets hit hard, so she'll go to the line for 2.
Falls on number 52, Nora Burke. That's her first personal foul. Team 4 at the line, shooting 2 is Callan.
That's Buffalo's 4th team foul of the night. Hake makes her first. And makes her second as well. Her first 2 points of the night. And untouched. So it'll be Storm ball. Hake walking it up the court. Gets the handoff from Sweetster. She kicks it out to Giles. Hicks has it at the top. Hicks driving through the defense for an easy bucket.
Maddie Hicks, for 2.
Gaida now gets it taken away by Hicks. Hicks hands it off to Hake. Sweetster. And Sweetster gets called for 3 seconds in the lane, so it'll be a turnover on the Storm. Ella Kurzal getting her first minutes tonight, replacing Elena Giles.
Lindsay Hartman returned for the Bison.
Here's Brooke Gunderson now. She gets it to Gaida. Cross-court pass. Now to Hartman. Noble has it at the top. Gaida. Over to Gunderson. At the top. Burt comes up from the post. Good defense here by the Storm. And great block there by Lauren Soibert and Ella Kurzal. Team effort there. It'll stay with the Bison as it was off on Ella Kurzal. Cross-court pass in the corner to Gunderson. Layup good. Layup good there by Gaida. Hicks running the point. She sets up for a 3, and she's good. I believe, if I am correct, that's 4 for 4 from deep tonight from Maddie Hicks. She has 14. And it looked like it was off of Macy Sweetster's foot, so it'll stay here. As Hicks checks out, incoming is Kate Drury. Good defense there by Callan Hake. Bison swinging it around. 3 ball there by Hartman, and it's good. Hake gets the inbounds from Soibert, then gets it stripped away from behind by Gunderson. Bison moving in transition, but it's taken away right there by Macy Sweetster. Hake now going in transition. Sweetster now for 3. Just off the mark. Rebound there by Kate Drury, and she gets her first points of the night. And a little miscommunication there by the Bison. And off the leg. Storm ball. Linder, Arnold, and Giles return for Kurzal, Sweetster, and Soibert. Hake working against Gunderson. Linder trying to work the post. Ball just too far from the pass from Arnold, so it'll be Buffalo ball. Still no word yet from Edina, from our buddy Eric Krauscher. Oh, at halftime, it was just 19 seconds ago. I'm reading this now. Your Storm are down 39-23 at half. Hornets jumped out to a 20-2 lead. And only one made field goal in the first 9 minutes for the Storm, but they got within 12 in the final minute of the half. Here's Hake. Driving is Arnold. She kicks it back up for Hake. Pump fake. Driving. And she draws the body foul. It's on the ground. So the Storm will inbound it.
Lindsay Hartman, that's her second personal foul. Team fifth. Subbing in for Chanhassen, number 4, Maddie Hicks, replacing Avery Linder.
Maddie Hicks comes in for Avery Linder. Small lineup here for the Storm. Bison don't really have any height on them right now. Hake pulls the trigger from 3, and it's good.
Gavin Hake for 3.
Driving is Gunderson. Arnold almost taking it away. And tipping it is Hicks. She's running in transition with Hake. It's tipped around a few times. I don't know how, but I believe Gaida kept it in bounds, but then throws it away. And the Storm and Bison are just trading turnovers right now. Gunderson, the layup, good, and one. The foul on Elena Giles. And Gunderson will take her and one in just a second.
Elena Giles, that's her first personal foul. At the line shooting and one, Brooke Gunderson.
Miss, rebounded by Elena Giles. She'll give it to Callan Hake. Callan fakes the 3 and finds a wide open Kate Drury under the hoop. No good. Hake, 3 ball. Rattles in and out, no good. And a defensive board there by Gunderson. And a travel there by Gaida. Storm ball. We're at 6:25 left in the half. Storm take a timeout. They're up 32-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back, everyone. Hake running the point. And an illegal screen is called on Kate Drury.
Also number 31, Kate Drury. That's her first personal foul.
Her first, team's 4th. Storm have 4 fouls. The Bison have 5. As the Storm are up big. Here's Hartman. Good defensive play there by Elena Giles, throwing Gaida off guard. And her shot falls right into the hands of Lauren Arnold. Hicks has it now. Drury out to Arnold. She drives, kicks it out to Drury for 2, and it's good.
Kate Drury for 2.
In other news, boys hockey, the Storm are facing Delano at the Victoria Ice Arena. Storm are tied 2-2 with the Tigers. Storm have 8 shots on net. The Tigers have 6. So it's been a close game there. We'll keep our eye on that score as well. Buffalo trying to work their way around the court. Drury thought she had good defense, however, she gets called for the foul. That's her second, team's fifth. Soibert checks in for Drury. Gunderson gets the inbounds. Hartman kicks it out to Posh. Down low to Gaida. Hicks tried to take the charge, didn't get it, but it's a turnover on the Bison anyways. Hake has it. She's driving. Kicks it out to Arnold. Baseline floater, and it goes in. That's her fourth point of the night. And a travel there by Hartman. Looked like Callan Hake got in her head a little bit. And Macy Sweetser now will check in for Lauren Soibert. Storm back to their starting lineup. Hake gave it to Arnold, then drove. Now Buffalo's starting to guard Hicks a little more on the perimeter because she is 4 for 4. Arnold fighting with the ball, kicks it out to Hake for 3, rattles in and out, no good. Lauren Arnold now dumps it off to Hicks for 3. Good! 5 for 5. That's her. She has 17 now. 3 ball there. Rattles in and out. No good. Offensive board by Gaida. And then a defensive board by Macy Sweetser. Sweetser gets it up to Arnold. Arnold thought about moving in transition, then decided to pull back. Giles. Over to Hake. Hake now, spin move. Dumps it down to Sweetser. Layup. Gets blocked by Burke. And now the Bison are moving in transition. Here's Hartman. And a foul called on Lauren Arnold. She tried to go for the steal. Got too much arm, however.
Number 1, Lauren Arnold. That's her first personal foul, team 6. For Chanhassen, 23, Ella Kurzal returns.
Ella Kurzal returns for Elena Giles.
Rachel Noble returns to the floor.
Here's Buffalo now. 3 ball no good. And it's hauled in by Hake on the defensive board. Hake now slowing things down. Now picking up the speed, trying to create separation from Gunderson. Sweetser from 3. Good! Storm have been on fire with their 3 balls, out to a 42-14 lead. Up 28. Hartman has it now. Over to Gaida. Gaida working against Hake. The pass down to Gunderson. A little dangerous, however, Bison remain possession. 3 ball by Hartman, and it's good.
Lindsay Hartman for 3.
Coming into this game, the Storm have only allowed 112 total points in their 3 games. That's pretty impressive. That's an average of 37 a game for the opposition. They have scored 168, averaging 56 a game, and 22 a half as Sweetser gets a bucket. Her 9th point of the night. And Storm have surpassed that average by 22 tonight. Good eyes there by Arnold. Cannot come away with the steal. Gunderson takes the 3, no good. And it's dumped down to Burke. Layup, good. 126 and counting here in Chanhassen. Hake down to Sweetster. Up to Hicks. Hands it off to Arnold. Hake has it. 3 ball. Good! Good look there by Callan Hake. She has 8 now tonight. I believe I heard someone say the Storm are 3-0 so far tonight. Varsity trying to make that 4-0. 3 ball by Hartman, and it goes in. 47 seconds going. Hake has it. Still working on Gunderson. Down to Sweetster, and Sweetster can't hold on to it as Burke was kind of getting in her way. So it'll be Bison ball. And for the last 30 seconds, Linder and Soybert check in, replacing Sweetster and Hake. Here's Gunderson. Working against Hicks. Cross-court pass to Noble. She puts it up, and it's a travel on Hartman, and the Storm will most likely get the last shot with 8 seconds and counting. Kurzal inbounds it to Arnold. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hicks not able to get the shot off in time, and it's just off the mark. Your Storm lead 47-22. Join us back here in the second half for the remainder of the game. Welcome back, everyone, to Chanhassen. Your Storm lead 47-22 over the Buffalo Bison. Storm took a commanding lead and just flipped on a switch, it felt like, in that second half of the first half, if that made any sense. Scores update, we have not heard yet from basketball. Last time I got was they were down at halftime, and for hockey, Evan Miller with a power play goal, assist by Lee and Garaby. The Storm are up 3-2 in the second period. We'll give you live updates as soon as we find them out. Bison start with the ball as the Storm won the tip, and there was no jump balls in that first half. Gita has it. Cross-court pass to Noble. Up top now to Hartman. Now Gunderson, the three ball, lets it fly, and it's good.
Gunderson for three.
Hake running the point. She hands it off to Hicks. Giles inside the arc. Goes for two, and it's good. She has 5 on the night. And that's her season high and career high. Congrats, Elena. Hicks thought she should have gotten called for something. No call there. Hicks. Cross-court pass to Giles. Pump fake. Back in the corner for Hicks. Now Sweetster. Hake. Goes up after making a defender miss and lets it bounce in for two. Good defensive stop there by Maddie Hicks, forcing it out of bounds. Under the hoop now, the Bison will have it. Next home game for the Storm is, I believe, Tuesday. They host Waconia. That's Tuesday, December 14th. You can find that game here on Storm Athletics if you cannot make it to the game. If you can, but you want other people to watch, YouTube on Storm Athletics. And then I believe next Friday, the boys host Prior Lake. The boys will have 8 days off. Very unheard of in high school boys basketball. But that's the case here. Distance pass there from Hake. Giles cannot get the layup to go, however. Behind the back by Hartman. And Giles gets off her right away. So the Storm will face the newcomers to the Metro West Conference, the Waconia Wildcats. Next Tuesday, it will be their first conference game. I believe Waconia's second. I believe that's going to be something that the Storm want to do, is play good in conference play. Good stop there by Callan Hake, forcing the miss. And she's looking to go the distance. And she gets it to go. She thought she should have had an and one. And on the other side, Hartman thought she should have had a charge. Neither were called. And Hake now has 12 on the night. Sweetser pokes it away, pushing it up to Hake. Hake has it. Stop and pop for three. No good. And out of bounds on Burke, so the Storm will inbound it under their own basket.
Subbing in for Buffalo, number 24 is Briley Gaida.
Briley Gaida checks in for Noble for the Bison. Hicks, the inbounder, gets it into Giles. Giles turns it over into the hands of Hartman. Hartman crossing half court. Passes it off to Gunderson, and a body foul will be called on Lauren Arnold.
Also number 1, Lauren Arnold. That's her second personal foul.
Checking in is Posh
For Buffalo, number 11.
for Burke.
Posh in the lineup replaces Burke.
Here's Posh. She gets it up to Gunderson. Gunderson had 4 the last time these two teams met last year. Hake gets the steal. 2-on-1. Dumps it off to Arnold. Arnold not being able to get it to go. Missed opportunity there for the Storm. 3 ball by Hartman, and it's good.
Lindsay Hartman for 3.
Hake now working the floor. Thought about the 3, dumps it down to Sweetster, working the post, and she gets it to drop. Sweetser now has a career high of 11, I believe. Arnold from 3, off the back of the iron, right into the hands of Gaida. She gets it up to Gunderson, and the layup back to Posh goes in. Storm up 23, and a timeout's called by Coach Kayla Walsh. It's a full timeout, and we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Giles to inbound right in front of the Buffalo bench. Hake working against Gunderson, and Gunderson gets called for the body foul. Last year, the Storm averaged 28 points in the first half, 34 in the second, so a game average of 62. And they allowed 33 in the first and 33 in the second. They've dropped that down to 18 in both this season through their first 3 games. Hicks floater, no good. Trying to tip it out to Sweetser, but it's brought in by Noble. Sorry, not Noble, Burke. Gaida down to Hartman. Hartman to Gunderson. 3 ball by Hartman off the back iron, and it hit the top of the hoop, so it'll be the Storm's ball.
The Lady Bison, number 22, Macy Gaida, replacing Hartman.
Hake running the point here. She drives. No basket, however. Fouls on Posh. Her first, team second of the half. Hicks to inbound now. And Hicks gets it up top to Giles. Back to Hicks. Hake, deep 3 ball, and it's good. 15 on the night now for Hake. Hake's career high, 36 at Mount West Tonka in 2019. She's been on the team since she was an 8th grader. Now senior year. Been playing for 5 years. Gunderson, the 3 ball, good.
Gunderson for 3.
Her and Hicks have been sharing the floor since freshman year together. Hicks, the 3 ball, no good. It's her first miss of the night. Giles, the bucket, no good. Hake, the offensive board, she goes up with it, gets called for the foul, and she'll shoot 2. I think there was some confusion with the Buffalo Bison. They thought it hit the top of the hoop, but it did not. Hake missed her first off the right side of the iron. Avery Linder now checks in for Macy Sweetser. Hake makes her second, putting her at 16. Buffalo working it around the arc. Down low to Gaida. And she throws it right into the hands of Maddie Hicks. And it's called for a jump ball, and it'll be Storm's ball. Up 24 with 11:43 to go. Linder hands it off to Giles, who hands it off to Soibert, dumps it back for Hicks. Hicks drives. Layup no good. Got hit pretty hard. Soibert for three. No good. Hicks with the offensive board. Giles drives. Dumps it off for Soibert. Great vision there by Elena Giles. A new update. The Stormhawks girls hockey team at Holy Angels tonight. They trail 3-1. After two, the three ball off the mark from Gunderson. Still no word from Boys Hoops. I'll let you know as soon as we know that. Linder wide open down on the post, and it goes right through her hands. So it's a turnover. Hicks comes out. Lauren Arnold replaces her. And thrown out of bounds is Hartman, so it'll be Storm's ball. Hake crossing half court. Arnold dumps it back for Soibert. They exchange passes. Linder has it working baseline and gets blocked by Burke. Arnold's right there for it, misses a layup, and it's a defensive board by Gaida. Hake will get called for the body there, as she was trying to go for the steal. Hicks and Kurzal now check in for Giles and Hake. Good bucket there by Gunderson. Hicks for three. Good! Bison working their way around the perimeter. And it's going to be a foul on Ella Kurzal. Her first, team's third. Storm leads 64-37 with 9:44 to go in the half. Bison still working their way around. Gunderson down low. No good. Gets her own miss, and it goes back, and she goes back up, and it drops. Lauren Arnold now running the point. Gunderson ties her season high at 21. Here's Hicks. Dumps it down to Linder. Back up top to Hicks for three. And it goes in. Hicks is on fire. 23 points for her tonight. That's her career high. Her last career high was 19 in 2019. And Maddie Hicks can thank the three ball for this tonight. Hake returns, subbing out for Lauren Seubert. Hake takes the inbounds from Ella Kurzal. Linder back to Hake. Three ball. Off the mark. And good hustle there by Maddie Hicks, forcing Posh not to get it. Wasn't allowing her to do so. Hicks inbounds it to Hake. Hake pulls up from the free throw line. In and out, no good. And the pass there by Hartman, intended for Gaida, goes out of bounds. Here's Hake. Now Hicks working the perimeter. Giles now passes it to Arnold. Arnold fakes it, back out to Hicks. Thought about the three, not taking it. Dumps it off for Arnold for three. Off the back of the iron. And it's off on Callan Hake. So Bison will regain possession. 7:36 remaining in the game. Storm up 28 over the Bison. Good backdoor pass covered there by Lauren Arnold. Could see Gunderson thought about it or wanted it, but then I believe that's Posh that realized that Arnold was right there covering it. And Gunderson gets her new season high at 23. Hake passes it to Hicks. And it's a foul on Macy Sweetster. Looks like an elbow. Her second, team's fourth. And a timeout taken by the Bison. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Noble to inbound it right off of her bench. Noble got it into Hartman. Back to Gaida. And gets it up. No good. Rebound by Maddie Hicks. Hicks running the point. Storm with their starters back in. Hake dumps it down to Sweetster. Working the post. Gets it to fall. Good move there by Macy Sweetster. Sweetster just 2 points away from tying her career high. Her career high was at Buffalo last year. And tipped out of bounds by Macy Sweetster. Buffalo ball. Linder and Drury check in for Macy Sweetster and Elena Giles. Tipped out of bounds there by Gaida. Macy Gaida to be exact. Storm ball. Ake slowing down the offense a little bit. Then drives. Layup, no good. Linder right there for the rebound and gets it to go. Buffalo saving their possession to get a 3 ball from Hartman. Arnold hands it off to Hicks. Hicks has all of her points from the 3 except for 1 layup. She's got 23. She has 7 threes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know what the record for that is here for the Chan girls, but that's got to be up there. Gunderson moving in transition. She draws the foul. Hicks right there to help her up. Arnold draws her 3rd foul. Still no word yet from Boys Hoops. Lauren Seubert checks in for Lauren Arnold. Boys hockey update. Storm up 3-2 after 2. Hake running the point. Fakes the pass to Hicks. Then feeds it down to Avery Linder for the tough layup. Linder now with 4 on the night. 3 ball, good. Macy Gaida. Hicks drives, kicks it out to Linder. Feeds Drury. The finger roll layup and no good. She gets called for the travel, so it's a turnover on Drury. Kurzall replaces Kellen Hake. Most likely Kellen's last minutes tonight. I'm not sure, however. With the Storm being up 73-49, definitely don't want to risk anything with one of your top players. But we'll see what Coach Kayla Walsh decides to do. Only starter still in is Maddie Hicks. Good ball movement here by the Bison. And Hicks is going to chase down that ball, let it run out of bounds. And so her team, the Storm, will get possession. Hicks running the point here. Hicks passing it to Kurzall. Seubert now has it. Kicks it out to Drury. She drives, layup no good. And a foul called on the play. And that's on number 52, Nora Burke. Nora Jacobs checks in for the first time tonight, replacing Maddie Hicks. Jacobs now with the inbound. She gets it off to Seubert. Seubert, the bad pass to Jacobs. It's called for a jump ball. Walsh wanted the timeout, doesn't get it, and the alternating possession goes to the Bison. Gunderson now has it. Guarded closely by Seubert. Drury has it. She got the rebound. Dumps it off for Kurzall. Gets rejected there by Burke. And now the Bison are moving in transition. Gunderson now has it. Finger roll layup. Short, no good. Defensive rebound by Drury. Drury hands it off to Kurzall. Seubert almost gets it poked away. Somehow got it off to Gaida. Jumper no good. Girls fighting for the ball there, and alternating possession goes to the Chance Storm. With 2:12 to play, your Storm leads 73-49. Linder goes up with it, no good. Got hit hard, so she'll head to the line.
Also number 12, Lindsay Hartman, that's her third personal foul, team fifth. At the line, shooting 2 is junior Avery Linder.
Linder now has it.
Number 24, Briley Gaida in the lineup. For Chan Hassan, replacing Lauren Seubert. Number 2 is Avery Susticek.
Avery Susticek checks in for Lauren Seubert. I'm just seeing this now, but Rutgers has just defeated the number 1 team, Purdue, off a half-court buzzer beater to win 70-68. Jacobs feeds it down to Linder. Up top to Drury. Drury has it now. Kurzall to Susticek to Drury. Stormer just getting some good ball movement in. Drury to Susticek. Susticek turns it over right into the hands of Noble. Noble now dumps it off to Hartman. Gets it to Posh. 3 ball off the mark, and it's off on Buffalo, so it'll be Storm ball.
Subbing in for the Bison, number 54 is sophomore Ellis Rourke, number 32, sophomore Lauren Anderson. For Chan Hassan, number 5, sophomore Brooklyn Charles, number 10, sophomore Addie Sharon.
Brooklyn Charles, Addie Sharon, or Sharon.
22, sophomore Maddie Zambek.
And Maddie Zambek check in for the Storm.
Sydney Erickson for Chan.
And Sydney Erickson check in for the Storm.
Brooklyn Charles replacing Nora Jacobs.
Storm put it in their JV with a minute to go. Up 73-49. Storm will advance to 3-1 on the year. A good start for Coach Kayla Walsh and this team. Brooklyn Charles floater. No good off the mark. And it's off on the Bison. Storm regain possession.
Number 10, sophomore Ellie Madsen.
Erickson now to Susticek. Gets it off to Sharon. 3 ball, just off the mark, and it'll be Buffalo ball. Still not an update from Edina from the boys game. Oh, just got one now. Edina 69, Chan 654. Storm go into Edina knowing this would be a tough game to win. Despite coming off with the loss, Storm have 8 days before they play Prior Lake, another well-rounded team from the South Suburban Conference. Both those games you can find here on Storm Athletics on YouTube. Girls play Tuesday against Waconia here in Chanhassen, and the boys play Friday. 22 and ticking, and a 3-ball there goes for the Bison. Sestacek to Zinebeck. And the Storm are just going to dribble it out. And that'll be it, folks. Your Storm wins 73-52, advancing to 3-1 on the season. They win on parent night. And your player of the game for the Storm, Maddie Hicks, 23 points, 7 3-pointers. She went 7 for 8. A great night for senior Maddie Hicks. Callan Hake not far behind her with, I believe, 18 points. And so the Storm will have a break till Tuesday when they host the Waconia Wildcats.
Thanks for coming out tonight.
Have a good weekend, everyone. Good night.